first pick in my NFL media members who deserve their own television program, I select Aditi Kinkhabwala. She's coming to us live from Cleveland, Ohio. I could not love you more. Always game to do anything. Yesterday, it was the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We were trying to find a way to try on Lady Gaga's outfit from her Super Bowl performance. Where are you this morning? It looks like somewhere very offish.
Okay, I don't know how I'm supposed to be professional when you toss to me that way. I can't wipe the smile off of my face, but you're right. We are indeed here on the NFL draft stage, and the bustle has really picked up because I can't do the math, but it's only tomorrow night. It's finally coming tomorrow night. So let me give you a sneak peek tour of what exactly is going to go down tomorrow. I was at the podium where the commissioner will greet the selections. We now know because Ian Rappaport told us that Caleb Farley has tested positive. There will be 12 prospects here. This is the walkway that Commissioner Goodell will walk down to announce the selections. Behind that red screen over there is a recreation of the basement that he made the selections from a year ago. So he's got his own little green room, and as I said, I don't know if the furniture is actually going back to New York with him. This is the stage where the Kings of Leon are going to be rehearsing later on this afternoon. You can see them prepping for that. Over this way is the walkway that the players who are here will walk out of. Now further up, you can see the album covers that the city of Cleveland has commissioned for all 32 of the NFL teams. There are 16 over there. And then down here are where fans will sit. All of these pods will be filled by fans who have indeed been vaccinated. Behind those fans is a grassy knoll where another 4,400 fans, all following COVID protocols, everyone wearing masks, are also invited. Right now, it's a gorgeous day in Cleveland, and although rain is expected tomorrow, I do know that the city, the Browns, the NFL, Peter Schrager, who's going to be here tomorrow, are all hoping that that weather report is not, in fact, correct. But, Peter, I'll tell you this. In Cleveland, they say, if you don't like the weather, just wait 15 minutes, and it'll change.
I love hearing that, Aditi, and I love that you are setting the table. I'll be joining you tomorrow. What about these prospects that are going to be walking up onto the stage? Where are they going to be, rain or shine?
So traditionally, we remember a big green room where the prospects are sitting around tables with their families, their agents, their friends. There is indeed a green room, but let's call it a mega green room. It is back down past that hallway, and in fact, what it is a series of individual pods, individual couches, there are TVs, there are cameras, each trained on one prospect alone. Now, they're all different sizes based on how big the entourage is that each player is bringing. And for the 40 players or so who will be at home, there's a big screen right above me. If a player selected is not here in Cleveland, then that screen will drop down. The commissioner will stand right here and talk to the players. It will be like a virtual piece from a year ago.
I love it. I need to know whether or not Commissioner Roger Goodell is going to have the M&Ms. I need to know what is on the rider of these players that are going to be there with their entourages. I want to know what the set list looks like for Kings of Leon. What are we getting? You need to fill us in all throughout the show, and we thank you for being game and out there this morning and every morning getting us ready for quite a party, Aditi. Bye, Aditi. Hey, Nate.
All right, let's jump right into it. So we are just one day away from night one of the 2021 NFL Draft, and these prospects are in for the ride of their lives. Take it from me, I've been there. Now, I'm going to run through some of my biggest lessons for these prospects that will make the transition from college to the NFL a lot easier. All right, let's start with lesson number one. Be humble, but stay hungry. The brotherhood of the NFL is small, so be thankful that you're part of it. With that said, in order for you to make your mark and have longevity, it will take a hunger that comes from the deepest place inside you. Being great in the NFL is a 24/7, 365 commitment. So put your hard hat on and get ready to put in work. Remember, you'll get out of the NFL what you put in. Number two, this isn't a new chapter. It's a completely new book. I'm not saying who you were or what you accomplished in college doesn't matter. I'm telling you that you can only use your past as inspiration to write your NFL story. Remember, it's your story, so control the narrative. If you live it the right way, then it can't be told the wrong way by anybody else. On to number 3, evolve or devolve. The age-old question is always asked, what will money do? Will it change you? No, I actually don't think so, but it will change some of the people around you, so be aware of your surroundings. As for you, the athlete, money and success will not change you. It will simply exaggerate who you already are. So know thyself, check the strengths and weaknesses. Build on your strengths, of course, on and off the field, but more importantly, minimize your weaknesses. Because just like on the field, your mistakes can cost you everything. Number 4, enjoy the fruits of your labor, but don't forget to sow new seed. All right, you have worked your entire life for this moment, so treat yourself. Don't cheat yourself. And it's okay to spend and spoil on those in your immediate circle, but please do it in moderation. Even if financial literacy isn't something that you have a complete grasp on, here's a rule to live by initially. Save more than you spend. And just realize the wave of money that you are going to have will eventually slow down. All right, coming in at number 5, realize that football is a business. This isn't Pop Warner or high school football anymore. You are an employee of the NFL, and you are now one of 2 things. You are an asset or a liability. You either are the reason why this team makes money, ticket sales, merchandise, ambassador of the team in the city you play in, or you're the reason why a team loses money. I hate to keep it real, but that's as real as it gets. All right, and lastly, prospects. Just please, breathe it in. Enjoy the moment. You will constantly hear about the speed of the game, but nothing compares to the speed of life. Breathe it in. The chaotic yet poetic process of the draft. Breathe it in. Every practice, even when the monotony starts to set in, breathe it in. Game day, that crisp air hitting your skin, the smell of the grass, your family and friends and fans in the stands, breathe it in. The wins, the losses, breathe it in. The time with the teammates outside of the facility, breathe it in. Every moment of this journey, listen, you should enjoy all the small things right now, because when you retire, you will look back and realize they were all big things. Good luck.
It's great. That's the 6. It's a combination. It feels like have a really good time and work really hard.
Yep.
Nate, I have a question. Brand, self-promotion, way of the world right now. Smart thing to do. When you talk to these guys, someone wants to walk out on stage and hug Goodell live on Instagram. They want to get right into the locker room and start doing Q's and A's and questions, do things on the field. What's your advice in terms of that type of stuff as you enter the league?
Be subtle about it, and there's a way to do it, and there's a time to do it. You don't have to use every waking moment to promote yourself. You don't have to use every waking moment to blast yourself on social media. What we've learned over the last few years, that certain guys can do it in a way that it doesn't come across as selfish. And then you look at a situation like Juju Smith-Schuster, who in all accounts is a great dude, but he had a couple of moments that were geared towards social media that rubbed teammates and opposing teams the wrong way. There's ways to go about it. But remember, if you're winning, it's all good. If you're losing and still trying to stand out and brand yourself, it's not a good look.
It's a fine line, of course. You don't have to do this. You don't have to give advice or find it important. I want to know, who gave you the best advice for your career and during your career? Who did you go to, or who came to you?
It was a combination of guys. Greg Biekert was one of the first individuals, a linebacker for the Minnesota Vikings, Randy Moss, and also Marcus Robinson, all with the Minnesota Vikings. When I was very young, I listened to the oldest guys on the team because they had the most knowledge.
My only piece of advice in my response tonight is to make yourself available, but also be able to do more. I look at all the special teams guys in the league. I look at Andre Roberts and Justin Bethel and Matt Slater, and these guys weren't first or second round picks. They're still in the league. They're going to have very nice lives. They are financially set. If you can do more and you are willing to do more, there is always a place for you in the NFL. That's both on the field and then in the community at events like that.
Well
Always
said.
be